Good morning, Facebook. How's it going, friends? I am just hopping on live. It's my Wednesday weekly ritual now, 11 o'clock here on Facebook. Today I'm talking about something a little bit more personal to me. I'm not just doing a DIY or something like that. Today I'm going to share something I've struggled with for a long, long time, which is consistency and discipline. I like to think of myself as more of a free spirit. I don't like to be tied down to a lot of rules and schedules. They make me crazy. And so I always just assumed that's the way I was. That's how I am. I'm just not like that. But then you grow up and I have a family and a home and 4 kids, and you start to think about, would consistency help a little bit here? Could I make this easier on myself with some discipline? And so I'll tell you just more about how I got really kicked in the butt and got started on my way to actually practicing discipline, not just thinking about it. So I started towards it about a year ago, like in earnest. I've thought about it for a long time, but I started toward it about a year ago. I've been with Young Living for we're coming up on 2 years in August. So I am about a year ago. I think it was in April. I got an awesome free promotion. I got this face wash. I got this whole kit, and it was face wash and toner and lotion, and I used it once. Of course, when you first get it, you try everything out, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I thought, this smells so good. It makes my face look so nice. But I know me. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to use this 5 to 7 times, and then I'm going to leave it in the cabinet, and it's going to rot there. It's just going to stay in the cabinet forever. And then in 5 years, I'll be like, oh, that's got to go, and I'll chuck it. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want to be the kind of person that has something that they love, that makes them feel better, and then just doesn't do it because of whatever reason that is. Whatever reason. So I started thinking about, okay, I really want to use this stuff. So it was personal to me, but in a different kind of way. I don't know. There's lots and lots of things I want to be consistent about in my life that could help with a lot of things. But for some reason, this is the one that stuck. So I started using my skincare, and I was hit or miss for a while. Some days I would, some days I wouldn't. And then I kept at it, though. Here's the thing. After a few months of hit or miss, I started hitting more than I'm missing. And so I think that's kind of what it's about here is sometimes it's not overnight. I think almost never. It's almost never overnight. But I kept it in my mind that I wanted to be the kind of person who wouldn't just throw out something they loved because they didn't have the discipline to use it. So I started using my face wash, and I have since reordered. So I ran out of the first. I used it enough to run out and reorder, and I'm almost out again. So I have loved learning this. It's been a struggle sometimes because it can't just be your face care, your skin care. It has to bleed over into the rest of your life. You have to be consistent with more than just your face. So it started off really slow. I started with my nighttime ritual, which is my face care, my brushing my teeth, and all the things, all the things to take care of your body. But I started making it more fun. I started making it a ritual for myself, and that helped a lot to help me with consistency. And then it started to become a thing. Every week I started finding new ways to make more with rituals, to become more disciplined. So that's one way I help myself to make things more fun. So I look forward to to doing them over and over again. I know how some people an easy one is if you drink coffee in the morning, which As I've mentioned before, I'm back on the coffee and I'm okay with it. So So in the morning, a lot of people will have their coffee and they'll have a ritual around it. You use a certain mug, you use a certain spoon, you use a creamer or you don't. However you do it, you like it just the same way every day. And that's an easy ritual to do. And so then you just kind of have to take that and expand it to the other areas of your life where you need a ritual. So I have a few notes that I've made here about ways to help yourself with consistency and discipline. I have a short list. The first one one of them, it's not even on my list, I already mentioned, was making things, turning things into a fun ritual. But my number one tip here is to start very small. For me, it was skincare, obviously, and starting so small gave it, I don't know what made that easier for me, but I think if it had been this overwhelming task, like I must keep the house sparkling clean every day for all of time, of course I'm going to fail at that. So I started small, and now that's is starting to expand into the other parts of my day. Another thing that really helps with this is to surround yourself with people who are encouraging to you, and they will remind you to do what you say you want to do. So I have a lot of people in my life that I am so grateful for that will say, hey, aren't you supposed to be doing this right now? Or what is it that you should be doing right now? Good morning. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kim. I think I saw Jessica on there too. Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm just talking about discipline here and surrounding myself with people who are encouraging. Everyone in my Young Living group, all of my buddies in there are so good at saying, hey, are you staying consistent? Did you post your whatever this week? So I have, it's expanded from skincare into my home, my business, and everything. So then another interesting one that you may or may not like is to find out what's stopping you. So what's keeping you from being consistent in whatever it is you want to be consistent in? That could be taking care of your home and your family. That could be in your business. What's stopping you from doing it? Is it fear? Is it like a sense of entitlement? Is it laziness? It could be laziness. Just be like, I don't want to do it. So whatever it is, once you know what it is, it makes it easier to address it. Because if it is something like laziness, like for me, I would be like, well, I don't want to be that type of person. So it's easier to like say, hey, you don't want to be a lazy person. Do the thing. So that's one of the ways. If it's fear, you can say, well, why am I afraid of this? You can find why it is and maybe address it that way. Another thing that has majorly helped is something called personal development. If you don't know what it is, just Google it. There's all kinds of ways you can do personal development. It's like growing yourself as a person. So my team with Young Living is amazing, and they have helped me find all sorts of avenues for personal development. I read tons of books. I'm reading several right now. I have a stack in my purse all the time. Books, and it's not just reading though, it's what you allow into your mind. So who I listen to, what I watch, those things are all attributing to my personal development. And I think it's super important to want to grow as a person, and that will help you in the long run grow into a more disciplined and consistent person, if that's the kind of person you want to be. And then the last tip I have is, it's called action. It's just doing the thing. So as much as you can think about it and plan for it and do all these things, personal development and etc., in the end, you have to do the thing. And then you have to do the thing again and again and again and again until it's more of a thing you don't have to think about, that you just do. So then it becomes a habit. But at first, it's a lot to think about it every time, even with just washing your face. So I would want to wash my face in the shower, but I don't want to keep my face soap in the shower because the kids, I'm not going to say which ones, but they'll pump it out, and all my little foamy face wash will be just down the drain. So I have to remember when I'm getting in the shower to get my face wash, and I don't. I still don't. Ask Nathan. I holler for him like 5 out of 10 times. I'm getting a little better, so I'll say 5 out of 10 times. Will you get my face wash? So, but remembering to do it is very important. So set a reminder on your phone if you have to. I have this great feature on my iPhone, if you have one. Hey Siri, remind me to do blank at blank time on blank day, and it will set a reminder for you. I do it all the time now. That helps me a lot too. So that is the end of my consistency and discipline chat this morning. I'm not seeing a whole lot of comments come through, so if you have any questions or comments about it, share it with me. Tell me what you struggle with. Do you have trouble with consistency? I mean, am I the only one? I know I'm not, so I don't even feel bad throwing it out there. But yeah, what do you struggle with? What do you need help with your consistency and discipline? And are you even concerned about it? All right, guys, I want you all to have a great Wednesday. And recap. Okay, I can do a recap, Michelle. Hey, Melody, thanks for hopping on. Okay, so I have 5 tips that I wrote down plus a bonus one. So the first one was, in order to help with your discipline, is to make things fun and make a ritual out of it. Okay, and then now starts my list. Start small. So start being disciplined in something small. For me, it was skincare. Number 2 is surround yourself with encouraging people. Number 3 is figure out what's stopping you. What's making you not be disciplined. And number 4 is personal development. And number 5 is action. Just do the thing. So that is it, I think. Any more questions? I'll wait a second and see if any of you all have any more questions. And Melody's 2 favorite words. Consistency and discipline. I know, I'm learning. Yep. Make things fun. Start small. So, awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I'm going to finish up and get on with my day. And if you all need anything, have any questions or comments, please leave them for me. And I will hop back on and get back with you. All right, guys. Talk to you later.